Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Nate here, and I'm bringing you some more Black Ops 3 gameplay. And holy crap, is the entertainment industry dead right now? At least all the stuff I'm interested in. I mean, Call of Duty, I haven't played a good one since Black Ops 2, so it's I've been playing Black Ops 2 for like the past 2 or 3 years. So I've been kind of like having to force myself to play other games such as Battlefield and Borderlands, and I just 100%ed Batman and GTA. And I hated Ghosts, I hated Advanced Warfare, and there's just like really poopy movies out right now. And so I'm just I'm super excited for October and November when Battlefront beta will come out, and then Black Ops 3 will come out, and then a bunch of Oscar-worthy movies are coming out because there's going to be some great movies coming out. And I'm probably going to do it actually like a top 20 favorite movies of the year whenever this year is over, because I work in a movie theater, as most of you know, and I watch most of the movies unless they're just like super bad. Like I haven't even watched Fantastic Four because I know it's just a waste of time. But anyway, you guys are here for the things that are wrong with Black Ops 3. If you guys didn't see it, just made a video that was what's right with Black Ops 3. That was the previous video on my channel. So this is everything wrong with it. Basically, it's just my opinions. It's nothing fact. Maybe by the time you're watching this, the game will already have been out and they'll have patched some stuff from the beta. And so, yeah, let's just hop right into it. And the first thing's not even going to deal with really Black Ops 3. I mean, it kind of does. It's the Xbox version of Black Ops 3. The Xbox One, oh my god, it sucked. I mean, the Xbox One has always sucked. It's the console that I have. And I had a PS4 for a bit, and I'm probably going to get one just before Black Ops 3 or Battlefront comes out. Not sure, as long as I could get a good deal on one. But I played the alpha version of Black Ops 3 at my friend's house, and he had it on the PS4. And the alpha version isn't supposed to be good. It's supposed to be like this crappy thing that you're supposed to fix all the bugs. Kind of like a beta, except like it's a beta's beta. And that was more smooth than the beta on the Xbox One. The Xbox One constantly had lag spikes, frame drops. You couldn't redeem your tokens. It was hard to connect to your friends. I mean, there's just a lot of things on the Xbox 360, like Black Ops 2, that they should put in the Black Ops 3. Like, just for instance, the mute all option, it hasn't been back since Black Ops 2, and I know it's in Black Ops 3, but it's not just like on the Xbox, you just press X and A in the pregame lobby and mute everyone except for your friends. But in this one, you have to go to like this menu and then switch it over and then press accept, and it's just like not as quick and it feels clunky. And there's just a lot of things that I feel like they could fix like that. Now there are a lot of lag spikes, at least on the Xbox One. Not sure about the PS4. I haven't played both versions. I also haven't played PC because I have a poopy laptop. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I'd go from like milliseconds of ping, and it would spike up to like 200, spike up to 500, and then go back down to 50. And it's just like not consistent at all. And I'm not sure if that's Xbox. I'm just going to throw that in the Black Ops 3 category. I feel like the connections were not very consistent. In Black Ops 2, they were very consistent, I feel, but they're like consistently like kind of bad, but you could kind of get used to it. You could kind of know what to expect. But in this one, you'd either like down someone in 2 bullets all the way across the map with like the VMP, which was like one of the poopiest SMGs, which is weird. It was like the best god tier SMG in the alpha I played. It's like a 3-shot kill at any range, no recoil. It was crazy. So you could either like 2-shot people across the map, or you could just unload like a whole clip into someone. They would just turn around and kill you, just like in Advanced Warfare. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that they need to work on right now. It's just the connections. They have dedicated servers, and it's supposed to even things out, but I don't know. I didn't feel the difference. So I mean, I'd constantly get shot around walls. I'd constantly like shoot first and die. And that's just something that I feel like Treyarch's always struggled with, is their connections, but it definitely needs to be better. It's been 3 years since Black Ops 2, and you're on the next generation games with dedicated servers, so I don't really think there's an excuse for that. Next up is, well, I'd have to say the weapon balance, because it was weird. Like, I feel like, man, there's not just like one weapon I could point out where it's just like super broken, because they did patch the Razorback and the M8A7, but there's just a lot of weapons that were kind of useless. I felt like the Drakon sniper caught a nerf, and it used to be like this one-shot kill from the chest up, and then they made it from the neck up, and it's just like this really useless sniper. And I don't get me wrong, I don't want snipers to just run around and poop on people, which is something good. It was really hard to snipe in that game, but it wasn't impossible. I definitely got used to it. I can get like quad feeds all the time, and I'm not even a sniper, so you guys shouldn't be complaining about that. But there's just a lot of useless weapons. Like the other sniper was this 3-round burst that had this charge delay, and if you missed one bullet, you would not get the kill. And it was just like this really weak stuff. Half the SMGs were good, half of them were bad. Half the assault rifles were outclassed by the M8A7. It's just like no point of using it. And I feel like every gun should have like a positive and a negative, and I felt like a lot of them did, but it wasn't perfect. And I can't just like list off 30 weapons and then name the ways to perfect them balance wise, but I'm sure Treyarch's been working on that. For the most part, it was pretty good. There wasn't anything like an MP40 or anything like that from World at War where you just shot someone with an SMG or anything like that. There was no ACRs from Modern Warfare 3, so that was pretty good, but I still think that they can work on it. And this video, I mean, there's like a lot of nitpicking stuff because the game was generally good. I had a great time on it. I could see myself like prestiging all the way, you know, max level, getting all the gold guns, all that stuff. Another thing is just on the Xbox One, the paint shop didn't work half the time, and if it did work and you saved your design, then it wouldn't load it into the game, so it wouldn't even be on your gun half the time. So yeah, I think that's just the Xbox One version. I don't think the PS4 had any problems with it, and then the PC didn't even have it in the beta, which is kind of lame. I know the PC kind of got the shaft. I mean, their sensitivity is like attached to their frame rate, so if your frame rate keeps on fluctuating up and down, then your sensitivity keeps on changing up and down, and it's like really hard to stay on target because there's no aim assist on PC anyway. So if you constantly change your sensitivity in the middle of a gunfight, it's going to be super hard. And so yeah, I feel like PC should get more love and not just be a stupid port from the PS4 or anything like that. And the biggest thing that PC people were complaining about, besides the mouse sensitivity and the frame rate capping, was definitely something I had a problem with, which was the flinch. And David Vonderhaar already said that they're working on that, they're looking into it. But basically, if you got shot, you had no chance of killing anyone else. Like, if they're using the Man of War is not like a super great weapon. When I was using it, it would take, you know, like 3 or 4 bullets, but it had a slow fire rate. It wasn't like super overpowered or anything like that, but I kept on getting smashed by these guys using the Man of War. I'd run around with my little stupid Kuda SMG, shoot them 3 times, and they'd shoot me once, and my gun would just fly to the sky, and I'd start doing backflips, and they would just kill me in like a 2-shot headshot or something. And it was crazy, and the flinch was crazy. The first shot, especially, like when you're just standing still and you get shot, you know, that first shot that hits you, it's just a really big flinch. I don't know if they should build toughness into the game, you know, from Black Ops 2, if they should build that into the game. I feel like they should, but I don't know if that'd be super, I don't know, imbalanced or something like that. I don't know. They said they're not bringing toughness into the game, the perk, but it doesn't mean that they can't just like build it into the game itself and not have it be a perk or anything like that. Speaking of perks, I feel like most of them were pretty pointless, to be honest. I mean, like, Anti-Up was like the crappiest thing I've ever met in my life, honestly, besides like a pile of crap. No, it's probably crappier than a pile of crap. And basically it just gave you like 1 kill, or it's like 50 points or something like that towards your score streak, which is not very much when you're using like Hardline from Black Ops 2, which was 20% towards your streak, so you got like your score streaks 20% faster. Obviously that makes sense, but this anti-up thing, it barely did anything for me, especially if you're running like, you know, the Hater and the Mothership and Wraps and stuff like that. You're not going to notice the difference at all, and there's no point of using it. And then there's other ones where it's just like, I don't know, what's that one perk? I can't even think right. That tracker perk where you could see their footprints, that never helped me once. I barely even noticed I was using it. And yeah, I feel like everyone's just going to use the same perks over and over again. Scavenger was really dope. They definitely shouldn't touch that, where you could resupply your lethals and tacticals. That was really sweet. There's some broken specialists. I feel like they fixed Reject. I know a lot of people are on the Reject bandwagon and probably going to hate on me for this, but I didn't like Reject. I don't like any time where I shoot people, you know, with 100 damage and they drop down and then pop back up with 100 health back, and their, you know, their magazine's reloaded for them while you're reloading or something, and then they just poop on you. I feel like that's really unfair. No one likes Second Chance, Final Stand, Last Stand, Dead Man's Flip Flop, Handstand, Grenade Flop. I don't know. No one likes those type of things, but then everyone's on the Reject bandwagon. I was really confused about that. And then some of the the specialists, like the armor, the kinetic armor. I mean, it just felt useless. Like, it just went by so quick. And then when I got in a gunfight with someone and I shot them, I didn't even notice that they had kinetic armor. I was just like, oh, what's that weird sound? And then I was like, oh, it's kinetic armor. I didn't even notice. I just put them down in 3 bullets anyway. So I don't know. I don't want people to be invincible running around, and I didn't even notice anyone using the invisibility thing. I feel like that's kind of useless, which I'm glad. Invisibility doesn't belong in multiplayer at all. Score streaks, I love them. I felt they're awesome. The hit detection was pretty decent. You know, I think it's mostly just the connections that were the problem. The hit detection was probably fine. I like the new movement system. I didn't think there's anything weird about it. There are some like weird things where if you're running on a wall and your teammate's running on a wall and you're like running in the opposite direction, you'll hit each other and you'll both die. You'll just fall to your death instantly, which is really stupid. Or I don't know. I like the new melee system. I like how you can't just knife someone, you know, on accident or something like that. If you do, you'll just get a hit marker and then have to shoot them. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There wasn't a whole lot negative. I know this video is longer than the positive one, I think. But yeah, for the most part, I love the game. The positives definitely outweigh the negatives. To be honest, I'm just waiting for that freaking release date right now because there's nothing to play. Right now, I'm actually downloading Destiny: The Taken King because my friends have been asking me to download it for years. And I played it on PS4. I played the normal Destiny game before any of the expansions came out. I didn't really like it. It's kind of stupid. But now that these expansions are out, maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll like playing some PvP with friends. Who knows? I hope I do, because I have nothing else to play until Black Ops 3 comes out. Until that Battlefront beta comes out, I believe is in October. And Battlefront, I hope is awesome. I hope it's amazing. The thing that scares me is that they said there's going to be skill-based matchmaking in the game, which just absolutely pooped on Advanced Warfare, made that game unplayable. So I hope that Battlefront's great. I think that Black Ops 3 is going to be great. I don't want to play any other Call of Duty because I just liked it so much. So yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. If you know, have a different opinion, make sure to drop it in the comments. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. This is a really long video. If you're watching to the end, you're a champ. And I'll see you guys on the next one.